Hi, I'm just here to talk to you about a Chuck Heston version of the Story of Mooses. I know I always tell you I'm here just to tell you a story, but that's about all I'm here to do. Now, the story of Mooses, it all started when a young boy was thrown in a river. The river was called the Defile, and of course that's what happened. The reason he was thrown in the river is he wasn't quite right for the people, or the people that were, so he had to go. But he was found by the sister of a guy who invented the condom, a guy named Ramses, which later spread to the Persian Empire, which much later became Saudi Arabia. Now we have sheiks. Anyway, he grew up as a prince, possibly heir to the god throne of the most, and then inaccurately named known world. You see, the Egyptians had a process of making all kings, pharaohs, etc., sons of gods. All they did is they deified the dead pharaohs, making his heir the son of God. That makes it pretty simple, doesn't it? They made the rules much like the present-day politicians, and it was absolute. No questions asked. Does that sound familiar? The Son of God. He had to leave. Then he discovered that he was not the Son of God.
Oh.
Well, it took years of psychotherapy, which a bunch of sisters and lots of goats, while in the desert, to overcome his trauma. And I know I overran that, but we can cover that because I got lost again.
It's just like mooses. Can you imagine following a man around the desert all those years? Why didn't he just buy a bloody compass? I told him to hang left after the Defile River. After all, there was no Suez Canal then. Follow the damn coast and no one would have depart anything and we would have got to the promised land a lot sooner. Piss on the Red Sea. We're going.
What about the Red Sea?
I just said piss on the Red Sea.
Well, what about the plagues?
What do you mean, the locusts and the famines?
It's scary.
Shut up. It's all science.
I'm sorry, dear. Now, Mooses, eventually he decided he just decided, you know, he couldn't quite tell for sure, but he decided to cross the Red Sea for reasons known only to him and God. But he crossed into the Sinai Desert to where he collected manna from heaven. But I guess it didn't taste so good. So they all decided to eat real food. The condemnation started. Condemnation and condoms, I don't know whether there is a correlation there. There could be, as soon as I find my next page. Pretty scary thought, isn't it, folks? Anyway, after a long time in the desert, they wandered around. Moses came upon a mountain. and he decided to just march all the way up the top of this mountain. I think there is a reason it was there, but still strikes me as being a tad silly, but he had to go up this mountain, and upon where he received God's laws. But if you really check closely, most of God's laws, anybody with an IQ of 20 plus or so, they could probably tell you that if you do break them, don't get caught. And there isn't a hell of a lot more to it